Okay, taking a break from the silent film thing for a bit, just to okay. I so I just this is well, hey, welcome to Kev Off The Cuff. Um, so this one I'm gonna do is it's kind of different because this is actually pretty obscure actually. Uh, I mean, I, I remember it, but like maybe not a lot of people will remember it. It's called the Animatrix, and it was this animated series of short films that came out between the Matrix and the sequel to kind of hold people over or like expand the story or whatever. And let me tell you, this thing is a hot mess. like, like I want to like it. Uh, well, first of all, here's the thing, and this is not going to be a long one because I'm not going to go into every single one of these things, but I kind of wanted to talk about just a little bit uh, as far as the Wachowski brothers' vision of what the Matrix is. If you think about it, the Matrix is really, really depressing. Because in order, if you win, if you're like one of the winners, you get to go live in a shitty world where you're constantly like living like Stone Age again, except for the high intensity dance parties. But like, I'm just saying, like it's it's not a great life. You either stay ignorant. Winning is as far as it goes. I mean, winning is losing, because you can kind of like strive for all these things in life, and really, who cares if it's just the Matrix? But there are people who want to know the truth, and I get that sort of, but like, it's just really depressing to think that, okay, so I'm gonna go through all this stuff and I'm gonna figure it out, and my prize is I'm this completely like atrophied human baby fetus and with shit on my back that has to like live now and eat crap and live in darkness underground and be miserable. Well, I don't know. To be honest with you, I I would probably just take the Matrix. I mean, and so I'm not. I guess I'm a blue pill kind of guy, right? Right? Blue, yeah. No, red pill is. Oh, fuck that shit. I'm not getting into all that. The point is, the Animatrix. Okay, so let's talk about the Animatrix. It's pretty. I mean, kinda in that sort of late '90s slapdash way. Like this was my time. The late '90s was when everything was kind of like, hey, let's make it look like we didn't really try that hard, and uh, and then we'll make a movie out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was like there was this whole thing where you didn't really have to try very hard to do stuff. But I mean, I'm not saying they didn't put a lot of effort into these videos, but that's the thing. They put a lot of effort into the video to make it look like they didn't put a lot of effort into it. And that was the '90s. That was the '90s in a nutshell. You put a lot of effort into not looking like you put a lot of effort in something. Nowadays, it's just like, I wanna, I just want everybody to look at me and see me, and I will prance, prance. but not back then. Okay, so anyway, so the movies are kind of cool. Like the first one is just this like whole thing where it's kind of connected to the movie where the guy like they figure out that this giant drill is going to be attacking Zion. So once that that's cool. It's a little like thing where these guys all gave their lives to uh, to share this information. So that's great, and it comes up in the movie. I mean, I like that. The second one is this one about this. This is dangerous, I think, and I'm surprised we didn't have more problems with this. I guess people in the late '90s were a little less. I don't even know. The, the story is of this kid who uh, is in high school and he thinks that the world isn't real, and so he all this stuff happens and then he commits suicide and passes over into out of the Matrix, and he gets to be one of the people on the thing, and he actually shows up in the movie. Um, that's a really bad message to give to high school kids because I was pretty sure all through high school that like nothing was real and that this was ridiculous. So if the idea was that if there was even a chance that by committing suicide I could go ahead and it's probably a watchword or something, but anyway, but like bouncing a bunch of cops and evil agents and stuff like that, and suddenly I'm gonna be in the real world. I mean, nowadays I think people would probably freak out and be like, no, don't show our kids that because our kids are very credulous. And that's what it is. I don't know. Back then we were just kind of. The thing is like when in the '90s, everybody was kind of like looking at stuff and being like, "This is bullshit." You were basically trying to find a way to hate everything, and that's what it was in the '90s. And you know, I didn't. I kind of liked it, but like it didn't. You know, you don't want to like be that way forever. So, but anyway, and then the next thing it kind of goes into some of the history of like how the robot wars happened, and it's really stupid. Like, it's kind of like Terminator, but with just more machines being like. Actually, it's basically Terminator, and then everybody's fighting them with machine guns and stuff, and it's like that's not how it would happen. Like, if the machines got smart enough, they would just go ahead and just wipe out. They could just decimate humanity in a second by putting together. This is why AI is kind of scary, but whatever. I mean, we deserve whatever we get because we've been shitty to our toasters and stuff for a long time. And okay, this is off the cuff. So I'm just basically going to say, look, Animatrix. It's a blast from the past. It's very very late '90s. If you feel like watching some scrubby animation and you feel like having a little fun, I don't know. It's not fun. It's very depressing. It's very edgy. The whole thing is just very edgy, and I kept waiting for there to be like one fun thing to kind of lighten the mood, but nah, it was all just very, very, very weird. And it's just a little throwback to back in a time when we were a little bit more like we didn't think that everything that we see on TV was going to make us do stuff, and I don't know, but I'm going to give this 3 out of 5 Wachowski brothers because frankly it was a little boring. the animation was neat, but it wasn't that neat. It was like I said, it's like they were trying to make it bad because it was like that kind of like Aeon Flux kind of let's make everything look really weird and radical. And but there's a couple of cool moments. I mean, check it out if you want, but 3 out of 5. That's it. This is your old pal Kev, and I'll see you in the funny papers. And the red, don't take the red pill or the blue. Whichever one. Just don't mess around with the pills. Okay. All right. See you in the funny papers.